hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Hail Satan, sinners, and people with great taste in books. I am here today with my great friend, Leraje.
Hail Satan.
Hail to you. So,
To you too.
we are going to continue with, you guessed it, Thomas Ligotti.
Yeah.
We have 2 stories today we want to talk about. These are from Dreams for Sleepwalkers. And so I chose one and you chose one.
Yeah.
Do you remember which one you chose?
No.
This is how it is. Okay. So you leave me alone in this. I see how it is. Okay, so your story that you are going to talk about in a second is called Le Fleur.
That's right. Yeah.
Or flowers.
I just couldn't remember which one of the two I'd chosen, which one you chose.
Yeah, you wanted flowers.
I did.
Like a diva. And I chose Dream of a Mannequin.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yes.
and I think with these 2 we are going to finish this part of the book,
Yeah, we are.
The Sleepwalkers. So, yeah,
Okay. Which one do you want to talk about first? Mine or yours?
yours.
All right. So let's flirts. So the way it starts is our narrator, is in a flower shop, and he is getting some flowers because that's what you do in a flower shop. Clearly. And he strikes up a conversation with the person behind the counter, whose name is Daisy, and he sort of insinuates through the prose that he's trying to kind of like maybe not woo her exactly. Well, maybe woo her is the right. I don't know. But he's trying to sort of like win her over in terms of possibly dating her. But there seems to be a strange undercurrent to it that we're not quite aware of yet because we're only on the first or second page of the story. It later transpires that he had a previous girlfriend, Claire, and that Claire has mysteriously disappeared. And so that's the basic frame of the start of the story. Does that sound fair to you?
Yes. So what did you think about this story?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It just never ceases to surprise me, really. I think every time I think that I'm used to what he's going to do, or I'm kind of like, maybe not expecting it, but I'm aware of his kind of like general direction, he surprises me, and it turns out it's not what I thought it was at all. And this story, and even more so the next one, are really prime examples of that. I thought it was very good. Did you enjoy it?
It was fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So from what you just said, it sounds like simple story, simple plot.
Yeah.
He goes there, he talks to her, they start dating, he comes to his home. And she sees weird stuff there. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
Like a sculpture.
Yes.
And
He doesn't
weird stuff
explicitly.
happens.
Yeah. And the end. So next story was.
You don't want to talk about this?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
That whole. So during the course of the story, Ligotti makes the narrator say Ceres or Cherus or Chereus. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. A number of times, 2 or 3 times, I think. He makes so the thing that you alluded to was, is it a sculpture? What is it? We don't know.
Yeah,
but that is also described as prickly and
prickly, and it looks like it has teeth, maybe nails or tongue, something. It is more.
But the Ceres or the Cereus, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, is it's a cactus.
Yes.
And some cultivars of this particular variety are called Queen of the Night, which I found quite interesting.
Well, basically, that's me. Thorns and teeth. Sorry. Oh, how I saw this story. We still haven't said what actually happens, but I will just say that for me, this was like a failed love story of sorts.
Right.
Well, we see this strange structure, living thing, which is very weird to her.
Mm.
And he says, or like we know that he was thinking of hiding this thing before she came there, so she wasn't supposed to see it.
Yeah.
But it was too late to hide it. And then also what happens is she's in some sort of a weird state of mind, or like a trance, almost like drunk.
Yeah.
And she sees some vision, or how do we vision a garden.
I think with Ligotti, I mean, we've said this before in other episodes, but he's always ambiguous. It's always,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
why
ever
we
say
read him.
exactly. Yeah, you can't ever say this is definitely what happened or this is definitely what not happened. There's always some ambiguity there. But I do think you're right. It's kind of like a failed seduction. The whole, it's like
I mean, the seduction worked, right? She's with him. They are intimate. They are having sex and they are together.
but I don't think that's what he really. I don't think that was the point of the seduction.
No,
for him.
no. What I'm saying is, like, the basic idea for me was a failed, grotesque story of a man that is searching for somebody who would understand his monstrous self, which he finds completely acceptable and normal and even beautiful.
Yeah.
And he is searching for somebody who would see the monstrosity and wouldn't be questioning it or anything, would just accept it and probably admire it. And because these women are not seeing what he is showing them as beauty or anything that is good,
Yeah.
they need to go. So
Yeah.
something happens to them, nothing good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there was that scene midway through it when the narrator and Daisy, or whose name he quite quickly shortens to Day,
Yeah.
they're away on, I don't know what, like a holiday, I guess, or something.
I don't know what that was. Actually.
Yeah. They were somewhere.
Yeah.
And he sort of like said, can you smell was it roses? I can't remember. And she pretended that she could. And they sort of like dived off into this kind of like the forest, woods, something.
Yeah.
And he took her to this area that obviously he already knew about and she didn't. And it was kind of like, was this a different reality they entered? Was it a different dimension? What was it? It was, because she said there were different stars in the sky, or the sky looked strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a metaphor or a symbol for him being monstrous. I don't have any other word. And I think it is an example of probably like a toxic relationship where this man is an abuser.
Yeah.
And he is bringing slowly. He is like testing how far she will go in accepting anything he does. Like the question, like, okay, will you still be here if I show you this?
Yeah.
And how about that?
Yeah. Yeah. A bit like a serial killer trying to.
Yeah, like slowly introducing the evil parts of himself, which he, probably being like psychopath or sociopath, he does not see anything wrong with himself.
No.
And there is this secret society, which is completely ambiguous. We don't know anything about it.
The Brotherhood of Paradise.
Yeah. I don't really know what that was because there is no explanation to anything, if it's real or is it something he made up in his head.
It's difficult to say. I mean, he does say at one point that they were annoyed that he'd done it again, by which I chose to believe that exposing their secrets to
Like he was bringing these complete strangers, these
Yeah.
girlfriends, into some secrets that were supposed to stay hidden. Probably they were like guarding it or something, and he keeps bringing these women, and he's like, let me show you this. Let's see if you
Yeah.
like it, because I really, really, really want you to like it. And if you like it, everything's fine. But they are unable to comprehend. It's not like they don't like it. It's so horrifying, and absolutely they can't.
No, I think they kind of like, in the best Lovecraftian tradition, they go slightly mad.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they kind of like break, a part of them
Yeah.
breaks inside.
Yeah.
They can't cope with what they're being shown, which is kind of understandable, really.
So what do you think about how he uses the botany and flowers?
Well, I was kind of hoping to hear from you on that, because
Okay. Well,
this is something, but I think my basic, I mean, sure, daisy is a flower. So flowers are things that you plant in the ground, much like corpses.
okay, you went there.
If you're a serial killer, that's what you do with your victims, isn't it?
You don't have to, but yeah, it's a one way.
So I was wondering, are Les Fleurs, are Daisy or Day and Claire, are they the flowers that he's talking about? Are they the ones that have been planted?
I was thinking that, but can be it. Surely he chose these two names for a reason.
Oh, I think so.
Claire and Daisy. So Daisy, that name to me is like almost like absurdly innocent. It's the daylight. It's so like almost childhood memories, daisies, fields. I think it represents like the ordinary world.
Yeah.
Where the narrator doesn't feel at home.
Right, yeah.
And for Claire, obviously, clarity, and she was able to see clearly. So probably she saw through something, and that was dangerous, so she had to go. And I think he chose Daisy because that name was suggesting maybe she wouldn't be seeing that clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making this up, by the way. So that's just I don't know, like, because with Claire, like, seeing clearly, this is so Ligottian that he thinks, okay, knowledge is probably like obtainable, but is it good?
Yeah, much like
it
some
never
of the other
brings
stories.
anything good.
No, you're right. No, I can completely see that. I also was intrigued by the Claire Daisy thing.
Yeah.
And I thought Daisy, which he shortens to Day, so Daisy is the day. The story is called Les Fleurs, so that already there's an emphasis on French.
Yeah.
So Claire de Lune?
Yeah.
Claire of the Moon? Claire the Moon?
Yeah.
So maybe Claire was the night, Daisy is the day. Is the narrator turning the day into night via the method of sexuality and exposure of his own deviance, his monstrous nature?
I mean, yeah, he's using the garden, the symbolism of the garden and flowers, which is obviously very sexual. This is where you wanted me to go, I know, so I'm here. Flowers and sexuality is something I can't leave alone. Because flowers, beautiful plants, are usually representing of beauty, right?
Yes.
Femininity, fertility, being, the reproduction of life itself. It's beautiful. It smells nice. It's something people enjoy, and something that makes nature look absolutely stunning and beautiful.
Yeah.
We like to look at it. Ligotti takes this, obviously. Again, he needs to take something that is so beautiful. And this reminds me of, like Charles Baudelaire and his Flowers of Evil.
Yeah.
Taking something that
Absolutely.
Generally in human psyche is, we all accept that this is beautiful. Beautiful flowers, right? And he takes that and he asks, okay, but... So he asks, he doesn't care, like, for flowers being beautiful, okay? We know that. He's not explaining anything about this. So he makes us question why flowers ever seemed beautiful or innocent. Why is that? Who said that? Who started this? Why?
The comparison with himself as a cactus, a prickly, spiky.
Right?
Yeah,
And the whole garden and that structure, sculpture, whatever that was.
yeah,
And there was a description. It wasn't long, but it was almost really my mind. So that this is very erotic, like the description of that,
definitely
because the imagery of botany is very connected to eroticism and sensuality and how we react to the same things in people. Like, I don't know, lips, fingers, beautiful body parts, right?
Yeah.
It works. Smells, taste. So we see that in flowers. And for this sculpture, there was like this strange organism that contained like openings and tongues, and it
Tongues.
was like,
He specifically mentioned tongues.
right? There was a tongue, and it was softness and like fleshiness to it. I don't know if it was even like moving a little bit. Like, it was a really suggestive,
Yeah.
not in a like pleasant way, but it was there.
No,
was there.
it felt very kind of predatory in a way.
Yeah. So I saw this sculpture as like a really uncomfortable something, like a territory between I don't know, being a plant, being some other organism, and with really like over sexual anatomy that was not normal, not natural.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it happened that this was. I don't know what he did. Was it made of people? I don't know. I don't know.
We don't get enough of a description of it to really know for sure.
Just for a second, I saw Ed Gein. I saw the movie, the house that Jack built. The body parts that was like, I don't know. That was just for a second. Like, we don't know what they saw, what this sculpture was, but
we do know they found it unnerving and unsettling.
Yes. It was like big red flag. So Ligotti doesn't like this conventional eroticism. Of course not.
No.
So in my head, this happens like the sexuality of this whole thing becomes taxonomy, went really wrong way. Because like there was a plant, there was a piece of like animal.
I would say yes, yeah.
Human and like sexual organ, and like we went to flowers and garden. Like, it didn't go the way it usually goes.
No.
And this is the weird fiction. It's so weird. You actually, like, you're reading it and you are like, well, what is happening? Because there is like a flower should be a flower. Then you have a tongue, right? Should be inside a mouth. And a sculpture as a piece of art should represent something, right? Should be a representation of something, a 3D representation of emotion, an object, whatever. But he combines these three or even more things, and it becomes something so uncanny.
Yeah.
But it is made of things that we know, but he takes the meaning of those things and he turns it so somewhere else that even such a small thing just creates this really tangible horror, right?
Yeah. There's this brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Paradise. There's a reference to Eden in that little section. And I think that very much touches on what you've just been saying about, this kind of like Eden is a place where, if you believe in that shit, then that's the place where innocence died, sorry. So I think there's a distinct through line between this group that the narrator is part of, this Brotherhood of Paradise, and this idea that maybe they are a corrupting influence on the very idea of sexuality, that they're called the Brotherhood of Paradise. So it's male. This sculpture is very male.
Yeah.
It felt very male.
Phallic.
Yes, phallic, but beyond that, in all the parts that it's made up of, it's things that are associated with men. The general feeling you get off it is male, or I did anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
And then there's this kind of Daisy, Claire. You know, these are they're floral names, but they're also very kind of like, they're very evocative of Daisy as a flower with a feminine name. You know, it's these are very feminine people. And the sort of like corruption that maybe corruption is not the right word, but this desire that he has to sort of like make them into what he likes, or
Yeah.
make them, or expose them to what he likes. It feels very kind of like masculine, corrupted, bad masculinity trying to take rather than, or destroy rather than.
Yeah, destroy the innocence. I also was interested in, it's not just this story, but how Ligotti he uses the character of artist quite often,
He
and
does.
like artists as people in his stories are not people who, how we see them when we learn about art.
Yeah.
Artists are people who maybe have a better understanding of the world that is hidden to others, and they bring more knowledge or light. It's deeper, But Ligotti, obviously, he knows all this, and he takes it. And for him, I don't know if this is completely right, but in this story, artist becomes more of a like a witness,
Yeah.
and or a medium, whatever, a translator. And the character of artist in his stories usually is like a gate or a portal that brings the horror,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
or opens the door for the horror to enter this world. So I don't know what that means in this story, but I saw it again, so I just wanted to point that out. Like, this is how I think he does it.
Do you remember the Dr. Thoss story that we read
Yes,
a few
I thought
episodes
about
ago?
that one.
And there was that part that we puzzled over at the time about the protagonist in that one wasn't an artist, but he did kind of like make, I don't know how to describe them. I think I used the word dioramas at the time, but that's not right.
Yeah, like a collages.
Yeah, and that character self-describes what he does as plagiaristic.
Yes.
Which I think is a good comparison to the artist in this particular story, or the normal kind of artist that you talking about there that Ligotti usually does. Because in the Thoth story, this character wasn't the creative person; he was the kind of victim, for want of a better word. But in this one, yeah, that idea of the creator as a kind of like gateway to something else.
Yeah, because this comes back to how he uses. Usually it's like okay, hidden knowledge. So let's go and find this knowledge, learn it, and that will create a situation where you are above the horror. You understand it. You know how to what that means. But with Ligotti, is the other way around. You obtain knowledge, and that is you are doomed.
How do you think he sees his own role in that, Ligotti? I mean, because he is an artist, he is a creator.
Well, he's famous with his philosophy of complete pessimism,
Yes.
almost like nihilism. And I am still not ready for the book, The Conspiracy
No,
of the
God,
Human
no.
Race. But I think these are roots. I think the book came after this. I think.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure. This is like the 80s, what we are doing here. So I don't know. I would like to hear him saying something about this, but I think it comes not just with that he's an artist, but he's obviously a genius in a way. This like how the way he is seeing the world.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more it hurts
Yeah.
to see how imperfect everything is. How we are trying to think that we mean something. There is this fundamentally impressive substance that is in humans that makes us so much better than anything else. And he knows that's freaking bullshit.
Yeah.
There is nothing. Hey, we're animals and this is all a mistake. This is a mistake. We were not supposed to have this consciousness, But that's I am reaching to the next story with this, so maybe we can talk about that later. But I don't know. I think people who are clever and understand science and philosophy usually become really pessimistic.
I think you're right. I do think it's interesting that so many of his, again, I don't want to use the word protagonist, but main characters, let's say, so many of them are some kind of artist or creative person. And I do wonder how much of those characters, because they're not all the same, but there is usually a spirit of some kind of destructive tendency in them.
Yeah.
And I do wonder how much of himself he puts into that aspect of himself he puts into those characters. Because I don't believe it's a coincidence. It can't all be coincidental.
It's not a coincidence. I don't think so.
Say that again?
I don't think it's a coincidence.
I prefer coinkydink, to be fair.
Coinkydink! Yeah.
No, I don't think it is either.
No, but I mean...
So, if you compared this story to the others that we've talked, not all the ones you've read, but the ones that we've talked about, where would you put this if you had to compile a list of good to bad? Or good to not quite so good, maybe.
So you're asking, comparing just to the next one, or to all of them? Or?
To all the ones we've read so far. Or maybe it's fair to say, would you put this nearer the top, or nearer the middle, or nearer the bottom?
I would put this one near to the top ones, but it's like I still have probably like 3 or 4 that are above this.
Have you got anything else you want to touch on with this story?
I'm back again with the flowers.
Go ahead.
So the flowers are beautiful, but he uses them or sees them, introduces them, takes them from this romanticized view, where I think they ended up because of the aesthetic qualities of them, right? Flowers are beautiful. But when you look at what actually is going on, it's like just a reproductive, almost like a machinery going on.
Yeah.
It works. It works it has a name.
Yeah.
There is prey, there is alluring, there is attraction, but there is aim, and that is reproduction. So I just thought, again, like he takes this familiar picture that we have and he turns it around, and I just can't stop thinking about it, because this is a topic that I really love, and I love this use of flowers and botany. And then it becomes this garden that she sees in that dream like state, whatever that was. And it's like a weird ecosystem. There are colors, shapes. It's like, it's really vivid, and it's a huge machine for reproduction when you look at it like via the lens of Ligotti, right? And then I thought, when you're looking at it this way, it's actually kind of it binds back to the beginning in the florist shop, because if we are seeing the beauty, and it's beautiful shop, but if you look at it, it's just like a machinery of organisms that are trying to survive. The bouquet becomes just dead flowers.
Brilliant.
They are rotting away in front of your eyes. Flower that is, cut is a tiny corpse.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you see how he met Daisy in a florist shop, which is full of dead flowers. It's almost like a funeral. Amazing. Something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do now.
I don't know what that means, but it just went back and forth and back, and everything is binding together with the flowers and how I think this works.
I mean, that's the title of the story, after all, so it's got to have the most
that's
important
why
meaning.
I went crazy, because I wanted to. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. Do you have anything to add?
No, that's all my notes. Yeah.
Okay.
A very, very good story, and again, utterly surprising. Okay, so the next one was your choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about that one?
A Dream of a Mannequin.
Yeah.
I would start with, for those of you who haven't seen like the book or pronunciation, or what is it? Spelling. I found it. The spelling of the word is different from how usually it's spelled. A mannequin with a Q, which is like a shop window figure that you dress for clothes. But this is the mannequin that is a dummy. It's like an anatomical dummy, right? For, I don't know, medical students, whatever. So it's a nice choice there. So in this story, we follow this psychiatrist or psychoanalyst who writes to a female colleague and probably a lover
Yeah,
about Amy Locher. Would you say is how you
I think so.
Locher?
Yeah.
That's how I
Locher.
read it in my head.
Me too. Yeah, that's how I read it.
She is experiencing a dream that keeps coming back to her. Is quite complex dream where she is a woman. She's another woman working in a clothing shop. She is changing clothes for the mannequins that are in the shop, right? And this dream self has her real memories and her identity, and like the dreaming person starts to dream, and that person is dreaming a different dream.
Yeah.
It's so many layers, but just bear with me. So as the psychiatrist investigates Amy's case, details from her dream or dreams begin to overlap with his own life and with the woman to whom he is writing, the colleague.
Yeah.
And Amy's identity and her dreams, childhood memories, and the possibility of hypnosis occurs there, I think. And everything becomes really entangled in one mess chaos.
Yeah.
And the psychiatrist begins to suspect that the entire situation may have been like constructed or manipulated, but he can no longer like determine where it started, who is the person or people, or what is the reason, who is doing what, and who can be trusted, right? And the story ends without providing a secure explanation.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly does.
It's leaving the relationship between Amy, the dream woman, the mannequin, the psychiatrist, and the lover. It's unresolved.
Completely unresolved. Yeah.
We don't know anything.
Brilliant. Absolutely
So
brilliant.
this is a story.
Yeah.
Right. What did you think?
Oh, God, this was just brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Right?
It's easily my favourite Ligotti story by a clear...
Completely.
Oh, God, yeah,
Top.
yeah. Of all the ones that we've read so
Really?
far. Oh, yeah, it's brilliant.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I know I've said that 2 or 3 times now in each episode.
Yeah. I just
But
thought...
this is just so good. It's so good. This hammered on all my David Lynch feelings and opinions, and one of the central ideas of Twin Peaks, David Lynch's Twin Peaks, is this idea about we live inside a dream, and this kind of like multi-layered dreaming quality of this short story. Really.
Yeah.
I sent you a clip, didn't
Yes.
I?
Yes.
A very short clip from episode 14 of season 3, The Return of Twin Peaks, which touches and in that clip, David Lynch plays the character of Gordon Cole. Gordon Cole has a dream himself in which he meets the actress Monica Bellucci and a couple of her friends in a cafe in Paris. And Dream Monica says to Dream Gordon, "We are like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside the dream," and then goes on to say, "But who is the dreamer?" And that whole thing just resonates through this short story. It's like, whose dream are we actually in? Anyone? Does it change at various points? Who is the one who's dreaming? Who is the one who's kind of like just a participant in the dream? Is it Amy's dream? Is it really her dream? Is it the character that she's dreaming who also has a dream? I loved it. I loved all of it.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
And the way it's written, it's really like it takes you on a ride. Yeah, I have the same question here. Who is dreaming who?
Yeah.
And it came to, the old dreaming philosopher problem or theory, where thoughts also like solipsism, I came with that, which is it's an idea or theory about how only your own self or in your mind you can only be sure that exists. Nothing else is certain. Right? Is that the idea, right?
The narrator, the one who's writing this story down, he mentions that a couple of times.
Yes. So, and also, I like the whole story is based on the idea of there is no waking level in this. Does anybody even wake up ever?
Right, exactly.
No, it's like only dreaming dreams.
Yeah, we live inside a dream.
Right?
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was. And he takes the usual hierarchy. I will only say it once. That was it. If you needed more, you just take that and copy. Okay, I'm not saying that word. And it's upside down, or he
Yeah.
just dismantles the whole thing. I love this about him. He is not flinching or anything. He just takes it and dismantles, and he uses it, and it works. And that's the horror.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, it's one of the most unsettling stories I've ever read.
Yeah, it is horrifying.
I thought the first few pages are kind of like standard horror, you know. A young woman is suffering with a recurring dream that's disturbing her. She goes to a psychoanalyst to try and get to the root of it. Standard beginning. And then it just keeps unraveling and unraveling and unraveling and is it going further into a dream? Is it surfacing from one? It's impossible to know.
Yeah, it's the horror of consciousness again. And I think that is one of the worst, or for me, the most terrifying things, because we will never know. We don't know.
No.
It makes you question everything you do. Am I actually awake now, or am I awake when I sleep and I just think I'm sleeping?
Yeah, because he mentions, the narrator of the story mentions that old Chinese story about the guy who fell asleep and dreamed he was a butterfly, and then he wasn't quite sure when he woke up whether he was a man dreaming about a butterfly or a butterfly now dreaming he was a man.
Right.
And it's, oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the explanation. There is no explanation to this. He doesn't bother explaining anything. He just leaves us with this whole chaos, and it's like, okay, bye. Do with it what you want.
Yeah.
And it's just really horrifying, because I found myself just sitting there and thinking, am I not getting this, or is this supposed to be so chaotic? And I think probably both. A bit of both.
I'm becoming increasingly of the opinion that there's what you get, the things to get with Ligotti, the things to take away from them is the feeling that it gives you, the sort of uneasiness, the partially formed dread of something, but you're not quite sure what, just the unsettling nature of everything. I don't think it really matters that much if there's a kind of coherent narrative to it. So
I thought the horror of consciousness.
Yeah.
So he takes consciousness and creates he says that consciousness creates an illusion which makes us believe that we are somehow independent selves. And when we are the biological mechanisms, that we are, right? You're with me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The puppet becomes alive, right? So the mannequin becomes alive. What?
That's brilliant.
And that's where there is actually the point where the mistake happens. We were never supposed to have the consciousness.
Yeah.
Because at that moment, the puppet realizes, well, I have never moved by myself. Does it make sense?
Yes, absolutely perfect sense.
Okay, it took me a while to get that out, but...
Listener, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. If you enjoy these podcasts, then thank Ligeia, because she has insight that quite a lot of the rest of us are missing. I never got that at all, and it's just so obvious now.
And you agree?
I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I think it's terrifying.
You're amazing. Do you know that?
Thank you.
I love doing these.
So what if being human is simply one of the costumes, right?
Yeah.
And this is why Amy is dreaming about dressing and undressing the mannequins. So we are just putting the identities, the personalities, the jobs, hobbies, whatever. We just create that artificially around us, around the doll, the puppet that we are, right? And
she's literally inventing her own reality in via a dream.
And so Ligotti, I think, was saying there was never anybody underneath the clothes or whatever other layers. There is nothing.
Yeah. No.
And the deepest horror for me was there is no death or monsters. Usually isn't in Ligotti's work. But it's the possibility that the self experiencing the horror was artificial all along. So and then I saw the connection to Freud's uncanny and the dolls and automata and Jung's anima and animus. I don't know. I'm reaching probably here.
No, I don't think so. And I think it speaks to the sort of quality of writing that Ligotti manages to generate, that we can have these thoughts about what they might be implying, the implications of the limits of a person's own understanding of their own reality and how they sort of interact with that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's saying that the dream is the reality. He's simply saying that there isn't really a reality.
Yeah. Exactly. There is no reality.
We create our own based on what it is we need or experience or whatever, but there is no objective reality to experience.
No. We are all puppets and mannequins with the mistake of having consciousness, and therefore we are stuck in this never-ending circle of creating weird sort of realities that we think are real. Well,
yeah, and the mannequins might also, we are mannequins in somebody else's reality, maybe. It's kind of like that part of the story when Dreaming Amy is having a dream where she feels like there's something behind her and she can't quite bring herself to turn around and look at it.
She can't turn around, but she knows there is some entity, something, and it's malicious, it's bad, and she can't turn around. Ooh.
And I think that's part of that. It's this idea that the thing that was behind her, I got the strong impression that it was a mannequin-like figure, because she describes it as kind of like, Ligotti describes the feel of the fingers as like being like crayons or something, sort of like that hard.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm.
And I think maybe he was toying with the idea that possibly another reality was intruding on her reality, her dream reality. So what we were saying a minute ago about people creating their own reality, someone else was trying to break into that from their own reality.
Mm. Oh, I see.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
If we say that the idea of a mannequin is, or one of the possible interpretations of what these mannequins might be, is that they might be surrogates for the other people that exist in our own realities.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my God. I see that. Oh, see, I oversaw that.
I don't know that it's true.
It could be. I don't think there is one way to understand this story. So
no,
this is how we understood it, or didn't. I don't know. This is what I found interesting.
Yeah, it's a brilliant story. I would urge, if anybody only ever reads one Ligotti story, make it that one, because it is supremely fucked up in many, many ways.
So I think both these stories that we talked today about have one thing that is kind of binding them together, and that is like they destroy the boundary between me and the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, like in The Flowers, Leffler, human individuality conceals participation in something, right?
Yeah.
And Mannequin asks that's just a question of.
It's the direct question of the entire story.
Right. Does individuality exist at all?
Can it exist in a world where we don't know what extends beyond the reach of our own senses? What did you to the mannequin story in particular? What did you make of the final paragraph?
It was very brutal. It was also beautiful in a way. I have no words for that. I don't even know it exactly what I said. Like, it takes you for a ride, and like the end is a fucking orgasm. I have no words. It's not a good one.
No.
But it's fucking horrifyingly gorgeous.
It really is. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about in relation to this particular story?
I think that's all from me.
Yeah, okay.
I would just really suggest people read this.
Yeah, it's great. It is good.
Yeah, enjoy.
Okay, so we only did 2 this time because there was only 2 left in that particular.
Yeah, so I think this was a good, tiny, short introduction to these 2 stories. I hope people will go and read.
Yeah,
both
really
of them,
should.
But like, if you only want to read one, please read A Dream of a Mannequin. Please do.
What a fucking story that is.
And we will be back with more stories by Thomas Ligotti.
Yes, we will. All right, so until next time, I've been Leraje. Hail Satan.
I am Ligeia. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.